Hello, Glee fans. This is Shamus Kelley, video producer for The Tower Light, here with your opinionated Glee review of Season 4, Episode 8, Thanksgiving. I don't care. This is an episode where I'm supposed to feel things. Like, I'm supposed to, I miss all these old characters. Oh, I'm so glad they're all together again. I'm really not. That's the thing. Besides, minus Quinn, we've seen all these people earlier this season. We've seen Finn a lot, So they act like, we haven't seen them in so long. Like, we just saw Puck, last episode. We don't, I guess some people did miss Quinn because we haven't seen her in 7 episodes. People are like, I miss them so much. It hasn't been that long. Maybe it would have been better if they came at, the end of the season and we hadn't actually seen them at all this season. I mean, Mike Chang and Mercedes certainly did nothing when they came back for Greece and whatnot, and they implied that Mercedes and Unique, they had sort of met before, but they sort of implied they had done something earlier. Maybe that was a cut scene, I don't know. Just fucking Glee, man. Once again, he's trying to force me to care without giving me any reason to. Once again, 7 episodes is not a long time to be gone. I'm sure Glee's intensely devoted fan base, who is just a lot of people. It's not everyone, but Glee's fan base is a lot of people who desperately need validation in some way, shape, or form. They're like, show, listen to what I want, do what I want. So then the show writers, unlike a lot of good TV show writers, say, you know what? They want that. We should give it to them, regardless if it's actually what's good for the show. Oh, no. Oh, they want people to come back. Okay, we'll do it. And even if that was their plan anyway, it's still not a good plan. Once again, just let them come back later. This is my biggest sticking point of the episode, because the rest was not that great. It wasn't terrible, insulting. It was just boring. I was so bored by this episode. And that's the mark of bad television, when it doesn't even elicit a reaction. At least last week it was pretty freaking bad. No, last week is good. I'm sorry. I guess I'm in my normal Glee mood. Last week was good, but this season has not been super great. So, God, I just can't even, just Glee fandom. It's that so many people are so fiercely devoted to this show. If you say anything wrong, they'll be like, well, you're not a real fan. You're not a true fan. Whatever. Let's just actually talk about the episode. I'm not going to go on that brand. We don't miss you anymore. Fucking Glee. God, this shit is so boring. Those are my first 3 notes. I don't know if you can see them, but damn. And Brittany's making jokes that, Mercedes and Unique look the same. It's not funny. Stop with those jokes. Maybe this is just me, but I really feel like Diana Agron, Quinn, could have given less of a shit about being there. I didn't see any, heart or, real, chops in that acting. It was just where's my paycheck? I would like a paycheck now. Kind of like Puck, doesn't really care. So, and then we get to this whole, the Unholy Trinity is back. Trying to remember a time after Season 1 where they actually did a whole lot together. They all held pinkies that one time, but I don't remember a whole lot of times of them being an Unholy Trinity. It seemed like it was really just a lot of Brittany and Santana, making outs and having relationship-iness, and Quinn was off being weird, crazy sometimes, and then kind of cool, and then kind of not. So, once again, pretending like there's supposed to be something there, and of course, the Glee audience will be the writers are expecting the audience to go, oh my god, yes, I remember that. It's it really wasn't there that much. Stop acting like it was, please. So, then there's that shit with Rachel in New York. I know I'm skipping parts, but they didn't really mean a whole lot to me. So, she's in the class, and she's like, oh my god, Cassandra's my worst enemy. What? What are we in, what are we, like a fucking cartoon? She's my sworn enemy. She's your fucking teacher. You want to get kicked out of that class? I guess you do. God. Fucking Glee. I don't understand. Oh my fucking God. This is so bad. Why do I care? Again. Oh, and then the alums are just walking around school like it's nothing. Look, man. When I was a freshman in college, I totally went home a bunch. Probably more than I should have. But I was not walking around the halls in the middle of the day like that. And I certainly wasn't, teaching lessons to pedo Finn's class, and fucking Sarah Jessica Parker, I'm not sure what this character is supposed to be, she hates her life, and, Kurt's her best friend. I don't really get it. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, what's going on? So then there was that scene that, they'd had in the trailer last week where, Santana slapped the shit out of Quinn or whatever way it went. And it came out of nowhere. Like, I don't remember them having that much conflict before. And, like, Quinn is sleeping with the teacher, and they're like, oh, you're just here to be clearly defined by a man. Like, I guess they had done a thing about that where, like, Quinn wanted to date the shit out of Finn. But I never really got that. That was just that she wanted to date the shit out of Finn to be popular. So I guess that's for validation, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense. And then she's insulting Santana, even though that's the school Santana wanted to go to. And she seemed to be doing fine. Why writers, do they talk to each other? I know they don't have like an actual writer's room. They just have a blank white board. But Jesus, like this is... I was just looking up at the screen and I was just like, what's going on? I don't understand. What? Oh my God. So, yeah, they're slapping and like, remember when Santana slapped Finn and that was awesome? This wasn't? Wow. But then we get Angry Kid and Ryder, and I know he has a name, Jake, but Angry Kid is a much better name. And he's like, I like that they're like kind of friends now. Like, they're like, yo, bro, I won't do this. All right, man, I won't do this. Yo, man, dancing. Oh, man, I know how to do ballet. Oh, man. Like, I like that they're bros, man. It sucks because they're probably going to be enemies in like 5 minutes. Like, I would like a friendship to stay consistent on this show. Like, really consistent. Like, besides like Kurt and Rachel. Like I would, because in those few moments with like Angry Kid and like Ryder or whatever, I was like, hey, wow. Like, seems like a thing. Like, they're kind of bro-y bros. I like this, And so once again, Marley, we continue the eating disorder thing. That's once again, I'm glad that Glee is actually following up on it. Once again, I've not had an eating disorder, so I can't really comment on whether this is realistic or not. I can say that once again, they're certainly doing it. And then like Santana calls out that like she found shit about Marley, but then they don't really follow it up later in the episode. I guess that's for like part 2. This is kind of like a 2-parter next week. So maybe they'll deal with it then. I feel like that's going to come. It's going to come to the forward, however you say that. My mind's not working tonight. I was so bored by Glee. It's all going to come to the front, and they're going to be like, oh, no, Marley, don't do that. And she'll be like, okay, I'll be fine later. So, okay. Then they pray before the start of the competition. Like, I guess, why not? Seems kind of whatever. It's a new tradition. They're like, we don't want to do this. But you're going to do it anyway. Okay, whatever. Respecting everybody, I guess. And Joe gets to be Christian again. Yay. So the Warblers sing for 2 songs. I don't really care. The new Warbler guy's there and he sings. And it was a good song. I liked it. And then we get Sebastian and he just sings. He's just there. It's good he's there, I guess. Oh, and Pedo Will shows up to the competition because he can't go 5 minutes without looking at his precious little students that he wants to touch everywhere. Jesus, Pedo Will, you do something else. Do something relevant by not being in the show. Okay, so then there's like a scene where like Rachel and Kurt are at their apartment and like Brody or whatever his name is there and they're like doing a thing with the chicken and I'm like, I get it, it's about sex, you can stop. But then, like, all these, like, drag queens or something, I don't really know. I couldn't really tell. There was a bunch of random people showed up, and they're like, let's do a kiki thing. And I'm like, what's going on? And then they tell me what a kiki is. I'm like, I still don't get it. It was really weird, and I was really uncomfortable. I was just like, what's happening? This is completely irrelevant to the plot. Remember when songs, like, kind of mattered, like they meant something? Like the Warbler songs like didn't mean anything a lot to the overall plot, but it's like we're having sectionals. People need to sing. Cool. What the fuck a Kiki is doing, I don't know. So then there's a little scene with Kurt and Blaine where they call, yay, Klain fandom. I guess the only people who are still watching this show, yay. At this point, I don't care a lot. They're gonna get back together, so there's not a lot of drama. So then, okay, Tina watched this week. Tina gets to sing. Now, I'm sure as many of you who have been watching this for far too long are thinking they're like, yes, Tina got to sing. Shamus will be swell and happy. No, not really. Because one of the few times I should say, they give Tina something to do, it's like the Korean song. And I don't remember if they've said, like, what kind of Asian Tina is. Maybe it's Korean. I don't know. They don't tell us because she never gets to do anything. But seriously, like, the one time she gets to sing, it has to be a Korean song. Like, it's cool that, like, they didn't give it to somebody else and it sounded like shit. Because I know when this song came out, it was like, oh my god, it sounds so terrible. Oh my god, fuck Glee. Oh my god, we need to all hate something on the internet. You know, like, it really was not that bad. I mean, it wasn't as good as the original, but why? Do you have nothing better to do in your life than complain about a Gangnam Style? No, I guess. Oh no, fuck Glee, yay! This is like 4 years ago. But just to have Tina sing it, like, the one time she gets to say, oh, you gotta do something that's Asian. Ah, you're the Asian persuasion. It's gotta be Asian, whatever you're doing. Can we give her something that doesn't have to do with her being Asian? Or dating my Chang? That would be fucking swell. I feel fucking horrible for that actress. Jesus Christ. Give her something to do. God damn. So then Marley's like, oh no, I passed out. And it's like, cliffhanger. Because we're up to the last second. Something bad's going to happen. Like, once again, I'm interested to see what happens. And then, like, in the promo for next week, Sam and Brittany are making out. So Britannia Fannon's like, oh my god, no! And I'm like, they broke up! Okay, whatever. You know, like, once again, I would love to see representation and shit on this show, but once again, the couple broke up. Maybe they'll get back together. I don't know. I don't even... This show is inspiring such apathy in me. And once again, as many of you seem to love to comment now, they say, why do you keep watching this show? Why do you keep watching this show? I'm like, especially after this episode, I'm like, I'm struggling. Why? Why do I watch this show? Why do I subject myself? Why do I hate watch the shit out of this show? And I can't give you the best answer. The only answer I can think of is it's terrible, and I need to see how bad it gets. Once again, Glee was never an amazing show. If you go back and watch like early season 1, a lot of the problems I'm talking about now, you'll see back then too. Tina got like nothing to do then, stuff didn't get followed up on, stupid jokes, but there was something about it. Maybe it's just that it collapsed under its own narrative weight. I don't know, but examining it is kind of fascinating. But it's a fucking terrible show. I don't quite understand what's going on. Things are happening, and they don't make a lot of sense. What the fucking fuck? This episode, the music was a thing. I liked the Warbler song. I didn't know what a Kiki was. That was really fucking weird. Once again, really, I don't know why that song made me so uncomfortable. It's really weird. Out of place. This week, I give it like, I don't know, man, like a C-. Like, there were some parts that were kind of okay, like the angry kid and Ryder stuff. That was all right. I didn't really, the Gangnam Style was like, why not? Who cares? They're gonna have Tina do it though, so that's really fucking kind of racist, actually. Oh man, maybe more like a D+. A D+, yeah, D+. And once again, there are going to be a lot of people who like, well, you're not a real fan. You don't decide what a fan is. A fan is what you make of it. You don't get to decide what a fan is. No one gets to decide what a true fan is. True fan concept is so dumb. You're not a real Gleek. I guess if I'm a real Gleek, I just have to like everything, clearly. I just find it, I don't know, like, once again, as always, let me know what you think in these comments down here. I'd really like to know what you think. Like, what do you think about this whole, like, you're not a real fan if you don't like everything? Like, are you only allowed to, like, dislike, like, 15%? If you dislike more than that, you're not a fan anymore? Like, I'm actually really interested in what makes a fan. Like, is it just that you watch? Is it just that you... Or do you have to, like, support? Do you have to, like, go out and buy everything? Like, I'm really interested in what you define as a fan. Because, like, I have a lot of things that I like, and I think there's some people that it's like, oh, you don't like it the same way I do. But I've learned recently, in the past couple months, that it doesn't matter how you like it. As long as it brings you some kind of joy or whatever, I think that makes you a fan, honestly. As long as it gives you something, it does something for you, you're a fan. Even if you really just hate the shit out of it, I mean, once again, no one's like, if you don't like what I'm saying, if you don't like my hate, apparently, don't watch this. Turn it off. Turn it off. You don't have to watch it. But I'm not like going up to random people on the street and being like, Glee's fucking terrible. Like, I'll express my opinion, but I'm not gonna put somebody down for liking Glee. I mean, I will question. I'll be like, why do you like it? Because I'm genuinely curious. I would like to know why they like Glee, like legitly now. Some people just say, yeah, I don't really think about it too much. You know what? That's cool. That's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. It's awesome. But that's all for this week. There's gonna be like a winnery goodness next time and stuff. Wouldn't it have been more appropriate if they aired their Thanksgiving episode on Thanksgiving? That's a scheduling conflict. I know there's like baseball and shit. Once again, let me know what you think of the episode too. I would like to know what you think. I respond to most comments. I don't respond to all because some comments I'm just like, no, there's nothing to say. This comment is, it stands on its own. So until next week, Opinionated Glee fans, see you guys later.